Yo, what is going on? It's the DFS Shark, and we are back with another day of some NBA hoops. It is now January 25th, and we are coming off a losing day yesterday. We hit 3 out of 5 on our lineup, right? So we just missed doubling our money or even tripling our money on our two-man power play by just a couple of plays, right? And we're going to dive deep into that in a second, right? We're going to always do my deep dives into yesterday's plays, but I want to get started with, if you are new to PrizePicks, if you've never played before, if you're just starting to learn about it or whatever the case, right? There is a code below. Drop that code in at sign up. They're going to give you up to 100% match deposit bonus, right? So if you're looking to get started, if you have, 20 or 30 to get started, throw in 20 or 30 and they'll match you 100% of that. So if you throw in 30, they're going to give you 30, right? So if you are thinking about signing up, definitely use that code, because you don't want to sign up without using the code and lose out on a chance of getting some free house money that you can play with. And you can play as low as $5 a slip or a play on there, right? So you can go as low as 5. You might even be able to go below that. I'm not sure. But I do know you can do $5 plays. But yeah, if you want to get started, drop that code in. And also, if you want to get access to these plays early, there is a Discord link below, the DFS Shark Tank. That is where I send these plays out every single morning. Just because when it comes time to making these videos take time. They take time to upload and all that. So a lot of times, by the time the videos actually go live, a lot of the plays I have been removed or gone completely, right? And so that's a big reason why I started that Discord, so I can send out my plays early. And then even when I add plays throughout the day, like Taco Tuesdays, or if some discounted lines pop up, I'm always putting in plays on those. And so I can share my plays in there as well with those. So that's the spot to be if you want to get some insights on my lines. If you also want to, talk to others who are doing this daily, sharing their wins and sharing their losses as well. But let's dive into yesterday's plays, right? As I said, and let's throw that up here. We hit 3 out of 5 on our lines yesterday. Our top play of the day, we hit Miles Bridges. Played heavy minutes, still wasn't able to get that line. And Denny, our number 2 play, less than 3.5 assists. He crushed us on that line, man. He had 4 assists at halftime. So nothing you can do there, man. He played well. He was getting those assists. I didn't get a chance to watch that game, but he crushed us on that line. Nurkic ended up hitting for us. We had the less than 14.5, so that was a good play. And Dort was the man who tore us up, really, right? Because we ended up hitting on Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen hit that at about halftime, so he cashed pretty easy for us. But Dort, as I said in yesterday's video, Dort's really a shooter, right? He's going to get some open looks. He's a really good three-point shooter, hitting at like 40%. But yesterday, he went 0 for 5 in his three-pointers, right? He just could not get a shot. Unfortunately, that's the way it rolls sometimes in the NBA. Some nights you're on, some nights you're just off, right? And usually when players are off, if they're not a star player, they usually don't keep shooting, right? If that was, Kevin Durant, who missed his first 5, he's going to keep shooting. But somebody like Dort, if you're missing your first 5 shots, you're probably not going to get a lot of opportunities to keep shooting, right? So that was a tough one. He just couldn't get his shot going, couldn't get it to fold. And that's the way it rolls when you're playing NBA. Just some players are going to be on, some players are going to be off. And that's just the way it rolls in PrizePicks in general, right? If you're playing 5-man slips, if you're playing 2-man slips, you have to understand that you're not going to win every single night, right? It's just not going to happen, right? It's not like straight betting where you're betting a single spread on a game every night. Then you could possibly go on a 5 or 6 game streak there, right? PrizePicks, you can as well, but the odds are just a lot lower of you going on a streak, right? Because you're needing multiple plays to hit in one lineup, basically, for you to get that win, right? So PrizePicks is all about, minimizing your losses with good bankroll management, right? 2 to 3% on plays. And I even do 1% on smaller slates, right? A lot of times I'll do 1%, right? So the way I do it is I'm minimizing my losses, right? So I think it was on Monday, we 5x'd our money, which was a great night, right? And that was a big win for us. And then these last couple nights, they've kind of just been back and forth, right? I think we've lost, I believe, the last couple nights, but with, good bankroll management, the losses have been minimum, right? So you're just buying your time until you get that next win, right? And that's the way it rolls. Some players are just going to have bad nights like Dort. There's nothing you can do about it, and that's going to kill your whole lineup. But it's all part of the game, man. If you're playing this, if you're in this for the long term, you understand that. If you're just learning, always remember that, right? That's just the way it's going to roll with wins and losses on PrizePicks. It's never steady up. It's always up and down most nights, but the wins are always bigger than the losses. And that's how you play the long game right there, right? But enough of my rant, right? Enough of my little rant. I want to dive into today's plays and get a look at what I'm liking today. All right, so let's dive into DGF here, Daily Grind, right? I always start with showing you the top plays on here. So if you ever want some extra plays to throw in, if they're still up, these are always good plays to look at and consider, right? And dive deeper into, right? So the top play they have is Kyle Kuzma. Steals under half. So he just needs to not get a steal basically for you to hit this line at 53.63% odds to hit. So you're getting really good odds to hit. They're comparing this off the major sports books. You can see they have -130, -140, -133. So those are really good odds to be on right there. And those are the sides you want to be on. Then we have Sabonis, rebounds and assists under 22.5, right? 53.56% odds on this one. So you can see why this is good value, right? So FanDuel has this line at 21.5, right? So basically PrizePicks hasn't adjusted yet to the market, right? Or FanDuel hasn't adjusted to the market, but you're getting an extra point. And that is huge for you to get an extra point. An extra point could be as far as like a line could be -120. And if you get an extra point, the line might all of a sudden jump up to -150, right? So that is a huge advantage getting that extra point. So these are two really good plays. And this is a tool I use every day to kind of pick apart and find my lines. If you're looking to find a tool that kind of does it all for you, you don't have to worry about as much research and things like that. You just want to put in some plays on the fly. Then this is the spot for you. DGF, if you want to use that code SHARK, I partnered up with them. They're going to hook you up for 25% off your first month. All right, so let's dive into the PrizePicks plays for the day. I'm going to always start with my number 2 play of the day, right? Going to be on the Sacramento game, right? Kevin Huerter, right? That is going to be the play here. And I play a combination of unders and overs. So, if this play makes you a little nervous because the line is so low, then, I suggest maybe you don't play this one. But this is what I locked in already. This is what I'm rolling with, so I want to share these plays, right? We're going Kevin Huerter, less than 2.5 assists, right? So that is a scary line, and you could absolutely lose this line by even the first quarter. He could hit that line, right? But I'm liking this play to go under for the day. It's going to be my number 2 play, right? And let's dive into why I'm liking this play. So first of all, you always want to start with the spreads and kind of get an idea of what's going to be happening in this game. So the Kings are on the road and they're a -1.5 spread. So a really close, tight spread here, right? Really close, tight spread. Let's dive into this play here. So Kevin Huerter, and you can see this is not a trend heavy. So sometimes I'm on plays that are heavy on the trends. Sometimes I'm not, right? A lot of it depends on other factors as well, right? And the big factor in this game is the spreads, or not the spreads, the market and what the market is on in this game. They really like Huerter to go under here. And you can see FanDuel has this at a -140. BetMGM has a -135. DraftKings and Caesars are -130 and up, right? So those are really good odds just right off the bat looking at that, right? So the sports books are heavy favored in Huerter to go under this line of 2.5, right? So always keep that in mind when you're looking at plays. And so if we look at his last 5, he's hit this at 40%. So he's gone over 3 out of 5 nights, right? His last 10, he's gone over basically 6 out of 10. Last 20, right at 55%, he's hit that under. And head-to-head, he's 69% on the under versus the Warriors in his career, right? Going back to the first time he played him was October 23rd, 22, right? So that's a really good trend right there for us. And for the season, he's at 57% on the under, right? And you can see a lot of his damage has come from recently, right? He's been doing a lot of damage recently, right? And so a big reason why I'm liking this play is he's going to have Klay Thompson on it, right? And if you know, Klay Thompson is a really good on-ball defender. He can really put pressure on you and make it tough for you to get open looks make it tough for you to get good shots, even make it tough to, he even plays passing lanes really well. So he's not just going to give a easy pass to Herder, right? He's really going to put pressure on him. And you can see here, if you put this down by shooting guards, right? They are number 1 in the league in assists allowed at 4.7, the Warriors, right? So that speaks for itself when it comes to Thompson. That's not all Thompson, obviously. That's everybody else on the team, right? Overall, they're number 11th in the league in assists allowed. So the Warriors have a really strong defense when it comes to this. Herder is a player who doesn't play heavy minutes either, right? Let's go to the season. He's only averaging 23 minutes a game, right? Let's look at it like his last 20. He's averaging 21 minutes a game. So not a player that can play heavy minutes, right? Some games a lot of it can depend on his shooting, could depend on what the rest of the team's doing, right? If he's not hot, if somebody else comes off the bench that's hot, they're probably going to keep them in the game longer, right? So I'm liking that he doesn't play heavy minutes. Let's see. Games where he has played 30 minutes. 30 minutes looks like at about this line here. I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but I would probably say 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 to 7 games this season out of 40 games where he's played 30 plus minutes. So I'm liking those odds when it comes to his minutes being low, and then Klay Thompson on him, locking him up, and just the Warriors making it tough on him all around. And then you add in the fact that all the odds makers, all the sports books are heavy favored in Herder to go under. This is a play I'm liking as my number 2, right? My top play of the day. It's going to be another under here, right? We're going to be going Jrue Holiday under 4.5 assists, right? And luckily these lines haven't changed since I've put them in. They're still both there, so that's a really good sign. So Jrue Holiday, less than 4.5 assists. And let's take a look at the spread here. So we got Boston on a -7 on the road playing Miami. Boston, as you know, is just one of the top teams in the league. They make it tough for you all around, right? And so they're blowing a lot of teams out, right? And that could happen here. And it may not. You know, just never know. The Miami, I wouldn't say they're a soft team. They're still a really good team. They have the added addition of Rozier now, who just makes their team even better. So let's dive into Holiday here. So he's a player where his trends are showing in the positive direction, right? So his last 5, he's hitting this under 60% of the time. His last 10, 60. His last 20, 55. Let's see what his head-to-head. He's played them back in October, and he hit 7 assists. So 0-1 there. But for the year, he's at 55%, right? He is at 55%. So this is another line I'm liking. Let's look at the juice, where the odds makers are at. And you can see this is heavy juiced as well. Caesars -135. BetMGM -140, right? So really good odds on these odds makers here, right? I'm liking this. They're heavy favoredness to go under, right? And Jrue Holiday is a player that does play heavy minutes. But even with those heavy minutes, he's not necessarily hitting this line a lot at all, right? So let's dive into his matchup, right? And let's go to key injuries here also. So there's no major injuries on the Celtics side that I know of. Marquez is a game time decision for Miami. Kevin Love, game time decision. But let's look at his matchup, right? So Jrue Holiday, they are 25th in the league assists allowed. So not the strongest defense in Miami here, right? Overall, as a team, though, they are 15th. So right in the middle of the pack when it comes to their assists allowed, right? But Jrue Holiday is a play I like here. This game could be blowout potential as well. Keep that in mind. If the Celtics get off to a hot start, if they maintain that lead, most likely they're going to pull their starters, and Jrue Holiday will get pulled as well. So that's what I'm looking to happen here. But even with full minutes played, Jrue Holiday has been not hitting this line at 4.5 assists, right? He has games where obviously he can get 10 assists, but a lot of times he's right at that 4 range, right? So, and that's 55% of the time just for the season, right? And just looking at his last 5, he's at 60%. So Jrue Holiday is a player I'm liking. Let me just slide over to his RotoWire here. So they have him playing 32 minutes at 4.5 assists. So they have him right at the line, right? And so projections are just a spot, no matter which projection you use, just use it as a baseline to kind of get an idea of where everyone else is on in the market, right? But let's dive in quick here to a couple of these plays. And I kind of just showed you some lines there on Outlier, but DGF is a spot where it comes to showing all the major sports books, right? Outlier, we just have a couple, but Pinnacle looks like they don't have a line for this, and you can see the lines minus 140, minus 135, minus 145 on Fliff here, right? So Porter, he's the top play on DGF for all of his lines. And let's go to Drew Holiday, right? Let's see, we got assist under. He is the top play as well on DGF, and you can see Pinnacle has us at a minus 138, and they are known as the sharpest sports book, right? So they are heavy on this fit to go under as well. Caesars minus 135, Flip minus 150. So they're heavy juicing that to go under as well. So this is a play I'm liking, and I'm going to be bundling these up, right? I'm throwing these together in a 2-man power play, and then I'm going to be bundling these up with my next 3, which we're going to go to Washington here. We're going to go Gafford. What's the line I have? I have more than 11.5 points and assists for Gafford. So he is a player I'm liking in this game. Utah is not, they're pretty soft in points allowed, right? They give up a good amount of points. So I'm liking Gafford to go over this line for us here, right? Next, I got Claxton going up a really tough defense in the Timberwolves, the #1 defense in the league, actually. They are the strongest in the league. Points and assists. He's going to have, Towns on him. He's going to have Gobert on him. So they're going to make it tough to get some points. So that's why I'm liking this line on Claxton. I think it's going to be really tough. He's going to have to really fight for every point he gets because those big men in the paint, like I said, Towns and Gobert, they're no joke, right? And they're going to make it tough on you, especially Gobert, who can block a lot of shots, right? So Claxton, I'm liking this play. And for my last play of the day, we're going Caruso. And this is a player I like, right here. More than 13.5 points and rebounds. I think he's going to get some shots off tonight, right? I really think he's going to hit some 3-pointers, hopefully early on for us. But he's a player I like in this line, more than 13.5 points and rebounds, right? He's gone over last 5. Like I said, never paints the whole picture, but he's only gone over 2 out of 3. But even when he doesn't go over, you can see a couple of games he's right at that 13 line. So over his last 5, he's averaging 14.4. So Caruso is a player I like as well. And to quickly recap, none of these lines actually got bumped today. So this is a first in a long time for me making a video. So Drew Holiday, our top player of the day, less than 4.5 assists. We got Herter, less than 2.5 assists. Gafford, more than 11.5 points and assists. Claxton, less than 14.5 points and assists. And then we got Caruso, more than 13.5 points and rebound. Boom. And that's going to be it for our top PrizePicks plays of the day, guys. I just want to say once again, thanks for everyone who is supporting this channel, who is dropping those likes, who is commenting, who's subscribing, who's watching the videos. It really helps me grow this channel. Like I said, we are coming up on 1,000 subscribers now. The other day, or maybe yesterday, we just hit 900. And I've only been making these videos for just over a month now. So we're growing fast. So like I said, I appreciate everyone who is contributing to the channel by hitting that like button. It really helps me show the video. It really helps YouTube show the video out to more people, because at the end of the day, like I've said time and time again on these videos, the goal of this channel is for us to beat PrizePicks together, right? Whether that is you following my plays, whether that is you just getting insights and me breaking down these tools to how I use them so you can use them more effectively, or whatever the case is, right? That's the main goal of this channel. But with that said, we are looking to come with a strong rebound day, right? And I think this is the lineup that's going to do it for us, right? I'm really confident in this lineup. I think this can be the one that can get us back on the winning track after a couple of days where we just missed, right? We just missed by that one play. It's always tough when you hit 3 out of 5. You do get some of your money back, but ultimately you're just 1 play away from doubling your money and 2 plays away from pretty much 10x in your money if you're playing 5-man slips, right? So that's the way it rolls. Sometimes we're going to try to rebound strong tonight and hit that 10x. We're trying to go 5 for 5 tonight. So that's the plan for tonight. We're going to see how it goes, but that's going to be it for this video, guys. Drop a like, drop a comment to show some love, and I'll see y'all on the next one when I do my full recap. Take care.